What's up with the city? I'm JT for Cape Town, etc. Join me as we enter the magical world at Grumpy Runt, where all things are glazed and sprinkled with love.
My name is Carla and I'm one of the owners of Grumpy Runt. My background is actually not in restaurants, it's advertising, branding, marketing. And Jörg and I decided to open Grumpy Runt together a couple of years ago.
I needed Carla because she is such a business person and I'm a creative, so I'm Jörg, I'm the other owner. And I studied fine arts, I come from a very artsy, designy background. And then I moved into food because I just loved it so much.
You know, obviously to start a restaurant is such an expensive endeavor. So we thought, how can we do one thing but do it really, really well? So, and we threw around a few ideas and we looked at what was trending globally and what we thought that we could do and do really, really well. And we hit upon the idea of donuts. So and that kind of led us. So we went to New York, we did this whole, and Canada, to Toronto. We did this
research.
For research.
With margarita in your hand.
Yeah, completely. And I had to eat all the donuts. I really wanted it to be an amazing just experience, regardless whether it's vegan or not. And I know it was difficult to try and find is it going to be a bakery or a sweet shop or whatever, something sweet and magical.
It's been thankfully upward ever since then. Within a couple of months we had long queues of people. The doors over there, it was 30 meters deep of people coming to get donuts because people couldn't drink and they weren't allowed to go to restaurants and sit down, so they were
I think grabbing a donut is so easy. We've become so used to the name we don't think about it as how weird it actually is.
I know, I was thinking about it on my walk the other day. I was like, what a strange name we gave him.
The Runt thing for me, it's just a spirit thing in a way. I guess it's based on my love for animals and especially rescue animals. I always end up adopting the runt of the litter because I just can't stand them being out in the world. I thought if I'm going to open a place, I'm going to call it Runt, just so that it can almost have that it's a little quirky, you don't expect it to be perfect, but it's a little feisty and there's a bit of an edge to it.
I'm all over the shop and I can be a little grumpy sometimes.
A
little. But the name stuck around, so Grumpy
and Runt just sounded
it kind
two
of
quirky little
together. So the original idea, if I go back to what we kind of originally planned, it was to do those classic flavors like Boston cream, a plain vanilla glaze, a caramel, and then Jörg was going to play around every Friday and bring in new flavors. So once a month we would introduce new flavors and it would kind of swap out. And then with the arrival of lockdown, we obviously had to pare back we had to scale back quite a lot in terms of the amount of donuts we were producing. So we couldn't obviously do 13 different flavors when we were really only producing 30 donuts a day. So we scaled back quite significantly to 5 or 6 donuts every week so that we could still give people different flavors, but we could have something for everyone every week. So we had 5 different flavors this week and we changed them the next week. And we realized that made us grow exponentially. Literally, it brought people back every week all the time. So suddenly we went from making 30 or 40 donuts a day to making 250 donuts a day. And that's just grown since then because it's this thing that people don't just want to come once and they've tasted all the flavors. They feel like they have to come back every week.
Just learning how to make all of this, because we make almost everything ourselves. Our sauces are everything.
All the toppings, she makes, all the cookies, all the cakes,
everything, even our own butter. So every week we'll predict, okay, this is going to be
can tell.
And then sometimes it's just a surprise that people will go for the apple and almond.
Usually the fruity flavors aren't as popular. The chocolate, the insane flavors people love. You can usually predict. If there's something outrageous, that's going to be the one that sells out first. But then every now and again we'll do a lime and almond one, and then that will be the one that everyone's in.
We've actually got a big team now. It's eight staff.
Yeah, and it's all women. We're quite deliberate around hiring women and giving opportunities to women. And we love men. It's not about not hiring guys. It was just about creating a safe space for women to come in and feel empowered and feel like they can take ownership and that this is their space to kind of run things and control and you know, be their best selves in an environment that's really, really safe.
I remember this one lady the one day just said to me, "Thank you so much for making the world a little bit happier." And I was actually teary because I just realized people actually just need one little pocket of positivity and just goodness in their day, especially at this time.